narrator, your narrator, and this is Jalen. Jalen is a writer-ish. He's written, but he's not sold anything. I guess you would call him an amateur writer. But still, that seems to hold more gravitas than Jalen deserves. That is why independent writers have split off into independent writers and left amateur writers to be unpublished writers, or self-published writers who don't sell any books. A small but important difference of independent writers is they are traditionally unpublished, but sell a boatload of self-published books. Yes, Jalen is an amateur writer-ish. Jalen does not wish to be an independent writer. He wants to be an author. But author is a term for any traditionally published writer. Eric Carlisle of the Very Hungry Caterpillar fame is an author. Jalen wants to be a novelist, a crafter of stories, successful enough to be invited on late-night talk shows. Was Dan Brown ever on talk shows? Could Jalen be more popular than the Da Vinci Code? That's tough sledding. It's about Jesus after all, and those books have a built-in following. Jalen has already figured out his story for the late-night guys and girls.
Yeah, so I told him, I said, of course I'm publishing with you. Not! I'm dying.
She tells Jalen he's not, but something doesn't feel right.
Are you sure?
She laughs and says she's not a doctor. Laughs. She laughs? I'm dying and she laughs?
Should I go to the doctor?
There is no answer now. I'm left forgotten in my death. Here in my chambers, struck down at such a young age. Recreational drugs and more than recreational alcohol have brought me here. Will the world even notice my passing? Of course not. The world's brightest diamond hidden away by nepotism and corporate greed. These agents won't sign me, the greatest author of our generation, simply because I have no brand recognition?
Honey?
Abandoning social media seemed edgy at the time. A cool 40-year-old shucking the trends to impress. Impress who? The youth? Yes, the youth. They need an inspirational figure.
Are you making tea?
But the abandonment of the world has led to the lack of followers. The lack of followers had led to the lack of sales. YouTubers can write meaningless drivel and get published, but I sit here, self-published, published.
Honey? Tea? Tea with honey?
Drat my talent. Every piece of magnum opus and ignored in favor of a teenage girl that can dance. She can't write, but her How I Struggle is a bestseller. Apparently, several people also had trouble with algebra.
Honey, what if I wrote a book about math but framed every question as a teenage dilemma?
Her answer is cruel and quick and accurate. I am bad at math.
Okay then, I'll go back to dying.
Jalen is dying, but not in the traditional sense. His march to death is more abstract, as in every day that passes we march closer to death. Otherwise, he is fine.
And this cable plugs into here.
I don't have a specific name. I am Jalen. We are smart, but Jalen, he is preoccupied. Jalen, has tried YouTube and TikTok and podcasts and Spotify. But by the time Jalen, gets ready to do anything, Jalen, are unable to communicate. So our Jalen ideas get disconnected, and Jalen, has to go on through the cognitive ideas and their Jalen ideas are terrible. Some vague bastardization of our Jalen and he Jalen idea that they Jalen corrupt.
What was I going to talk about? Something about Nazis and Trump and their similarities.
How Nazis objectified a group of people for the source of their woes, and how Trump scapegoated a singular group as the source of ours? I know this, but I cannot tell me this. I could, but I'm not going to. Also, to clarify, I'm not saying Trump is Hitler. He's not that smart or handsome.